తుఫాన్ వార్తలే మా వారధి.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. తమిళనాడు మాజీ ముఖ్యమంత్రి జయలలిత గారు మనందరికీ ఒక గొప్ప నటిగా, ది బెస్ట్ పొలిటికల్ లీడర్గా సుపరిచితం. ఆవిడ లైఫ్ స్టోరీని అతి త్వరలో మనమంతా వెండి తెరపైన చూడబోతున్నాం. అభిమానులంతా ఎంతగానో ఇష్టంగా పిలుచుకునేటువంటి థలైవి అనే టైటిల్తో ఈ సినిమా సెప్టెంబర్ 10న ఎపిక్ బయోపిక్గా మనందరి ముందుకు రాబోతుంది. మరి జయలలిత గారి క్యారెక్టర్ అంటే ఒక చాలా చాలా పవర్ఫుల్ అండ్ డైనమిక్ రోల్ని ప్లే చేయాలి అని అంటే అది ఈవిడికి మాత్రమే సాధ్యం అని చెప్పాలి. టుడే వీ హ్యావ్ విత్ అస్ ద వెరీ బోల్డ్, సెల్ఫ్ మేడ్, 4-time నేషనల్ అవార్డీ, the queen of Indian cinema, the one and only Padma Shri Kangana Ranaut with us. Hello, Kangana.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction.
Very happy to have you with us today and welcome to Hyderabad.
Thank you very much.
I know and I'm sure like over the last few days you are very busy with Thalaivi promotions along with your team. So how's it going with you?
It feels like a dream now actually. Earlier, even if we hated the promotional part and cribbed about, being able, because we're actors and then we suddenly become salesperson trying to tell this product is good, buy it, like that. So earlier there were some kind of, reluctance we always had. But with the pandemic and how, we have all been caged in our houses and no scope of going out and
Industry was most affected. So it feels like a blessing to be able to see people to begin with, to be able to meet media people, interactions. I'm enjoying myself a lot, let me tell you that. And even for me to have a release when first wave hit us, it was bad, but not as bad as the second wave. And in second wave, so many people we know were getting affected, and I myself was affected. I was down with COVID, and at that time movies were nobody's priority, and now that it seems that we are on the road of recovery and things look up again, it feels wonderful. Yeah, so people are basically shifting towards OTT and now this is a theatrical release. Yes. So everybody is very excited for the theatrical experience, Kangana.
Yes. It's not easy to make a film for the theatres, it takes a lot of budget to begin with and a different kind of drama in the writing and in everything. All aspects come together, background score and everything. So it's not every day happening that a theatrical viewing film comes up, and with Thalaivi we have that opportunity and we are more than happy to. I mean, the credit goes to producers, our producer Shri Vishnu Induri ji and Sailesh Singh ji. It is their grit, and they were very sure about the fact that they want to bring it to theatres. Watching OTT is good, but when a film is meant for theatres, and it will come on OTT, of course, that has become mandatory now, all films go, but at least there is an option to watch it even in theatres.
Yes. And Thalaivi is now coming out in different languages.
Yes.
We've seen you promoting film in Tamil Nadu yesterday, so how is the response there?
Superb. I saw the film and I think it's incredible, and the kind of feedback we got from people. People came up to me and said that thank you for playing our leader so beautifully, and it was a very emotional moment for me when I saw that there is a validation for what I have done and they liked it very much. So for me this is the biggest award I can get as a performer.
Brilliant. So let's talk about Thalaivi now. So can you please tell us how did this journey start?
This journey started because of Vijayendra Prasad Garu.
Oh, the writer of this film.
Yes, writer of the film. And he was writing this film Thalaivi, and he came to me and he said that he got producer Vishnu ji also to me, and it's like we want you for Thalaivi. And at the time I felt, oh my God, that is such a wrong casting for many reasons. And the first reason was that I was not familiar with anything to do with Tamil Nadu. I come from extreme north, And even being in North, I was not a person who grew up on movies to begin with,
Right.
and South movies, though there is no way. I had very limited understanding of politics, and that whole South Indian
India,
politics is absolutely, different world for me, and very complex. It's not a, it's a very volatile political territory, isn't it? It's
Yes.
not some territory where just politics happening, like
Yeah.
Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
We
Not something settled.
no, it's
Mhm.
very
Very,
volatile,
yeah, yeah.
very dramatic.
Yes.
So I'm like, how will I fit into it? Another obstacle was that they were tapping into Jaima's journey from when she was 16 to 42. And I was already but I was 32 when they came to me. And I thought, a significant part of the film is in Jaima's, teens and 20s. And if I go to gain weight, with weight it will add more age.
Right.
And how do I justify the
In this
younger part?
glamour industry.
And how do I justify the older part?
Yeah.
If you see other female politicians, maybe not as successful as Jayama, but there are still many actresses who has been to, politics. They don't look so drastically different,
Yes.
But Jayama looked drastically different when she became a CM and when she did her first film.
Yeah.
I had to do that in one film. So I thought I won't be able to do it. But then they convinced me, and it's mostly because of Vijayendra sir I am doing this film.
Wow, fantastic. All thanks to Vijayendra Prasad garu, Rajamouli gari father, ee సినిమాకి రైటర్ గా ఉన్నారు. అండ్ ఆయన రైటింగ్స్ లో వచ్చిన బాహుబలి ఎన్నో అద్భుతమైన చిత్రాలు మనం చూసాం. ఇది ఇంకొక ఎపిక్ మూవీగా మన ముందుకు రాబోతుంది. Fantastic. So when did you believe that you'll fit into Jayamma's role, Kangana, during this entire process?
It was very, very difficult for me to visualize, to be able to do it. At this stage in my career, I have only to lose and very little to gain, as a performer. After winning 4 national awards, I have everything to only lose. So I was thinking, what this film should not be a casting disaster, and if I'm not able to pull off, then everybody will say, look, she doesn't have it anymore. I'd rather not do anything and live like a great actress forever than to, do disasters.
Right.
So I was very confused and conflicted, and Vijayendra Garu was like, you are doing it and nobody else doing it. And also he was telling me that another Vijayendra Garu was not taking no for an answer. He's also a father figure to me, and I get absolutely, for whatever he does for me. He has now written so many films for me. Manikarnika, he has written Ayodhya, he has written Jaya, he's written another film that I'm doing, Sita, he has written. There is another film that I'm doing, Emergency, even he's working on that. So he's like a person in my life who means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So he's telling me that I also have to dub my own Tamil version. And I'm like, this is too much. I'm not able to, manage the acting
Did
part.
you do that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Of course, I was watching the film last night, and I'm like, Vijayendra says, like, I asked you to do that one thing and you didn't, but I was stressing over so much, and to learn a language called Tamil,
Yeah.
which my director himself, he's so demanding when it comes to the language, that when he had to dub my voice, he did not find anybody good enough with her Tamil. In Tamil Nadu, he found a girl in Hyderabad.
Oh.
He's like, she doesn't have crisp Tamil. I said, they want me to dub. He will, he will not okay any take of mine, even if I speak.
Okay.
Even though I learnt it for the dialogues, but I didn't have the accent right.
Maybe they want to bring out all the talents out of Kangana.
Well, they did bring out most of it. But I tell you, when I got convinced, I was very conflicted and having sleepless nights about it. So when I met Vijay sir, because Vijayendra Garu and Vishnu Garu, they come from Hyderabad and I am from Mumbai, basically Himachal Pradesh. And we 3 people thinking something, on our own, trying to make a biopic on, Jayama. We can think whatever we want to think, right? But somebody who has maximum to lose. So is Vijay sir. He's a very renowned director. And when I read about him, and he came to meet me, and he said that you are the best casting for the film. That is the time I started to feel that, he has some people are going to catch him there. The people are the audience are very sensitive.
Yes.
In Tamil Nadu, they'll, you know, get offended. They can bring the film down.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
especially language.
Yes.
When it comes to the pronunciations, they're
Yes.
very, very particular.
Very particular about the language and the portrayal of Jayama. She has a cult fan following, you know, they are not going to tolerate anything. So I asked him, I said, are you sure? He's like, I am 100% sure. That's when I started to get some confidence, and I felt maybe this is the right decision.
When did you first hear about Jayalalitha Garu, Kangana? Like first time?
I must have been a child.
Okay.
We used to see a lot of news, and Jayama has always been in news, even in national news,
Yeah.
very frequent, very often. She used to be on television. Like I said, it's a very volatile state.
Yeah.
The politics has always been a matter of discussion for whole country.
Right.
So around that time, I was in school.
Okay, while you were actually working for Thalaivi, did you connect yourself anywhere with Jayalalitha Garu, any of her qualities?
All the time. I think every day I felt connected to her, and it's not possible only to depict a role without being connected to that person. So for me, this was a beautiful journey of a woman. I got to know so much about her life, and you know, and I'm also a girl, and I'm also in a field where I'm tested all the time
Yes.
to my limits. It feels great that there have been women before us also who have struggled and who have risen and who have like, you know, been phoenix and who have achieved so much, even though suffered a lot. It made me feel so proud of even my own journey. So yes.
Kangana, we all know that you love challenges in your life, and especially getting into her skin is very difficult, like putting on 20 kilos, which is unbelievable. Tell us about the transformation, and especially being in the glamour industry, it's really tough to come back again and to move on to the next projects.
Yeah. No, that is why I didn't want to take it up. I was very reluctant, and it put me in a dharam sankat because Vijayendra sir never asked me for anything. And when he said, I said, how will I gain 20 kgs at this age? You know, I'm 32, and in 30s it's very difficult to lose weight. And how do we know where all weight's gonna come? Weight will not listen to us. You know,
Yes.
we want a voluptuous body,
Yeah.
but the
Once you
weight
put on,
will
you-
come
yeah.
wherever it comes. You know, what if it doesn't come in the right places?
Yeah.
Then what do I do? And how will I look to begin with? Because I have never been chubby. So will I even look good being chubby was also my concern. And there were many concerns that I had. But the thing about me is that if I have to do something, then I do it properly. Then there is no, once I've decided and I've taken that decision, then there is no if or but. Then I will go all the way to
Yeah.
it, with it. And I did. And by the grace of God, my face, which is very angular, I have strong jaw line, and you know, and Jayama had very round face. I got exactly same round face.
Yeah, we
To
could
an-
see that in the trailer.
Yeah, to an extent that some of the recreations that we did, it is so uncanny that I look exactly like Jayama. Last night I was getting goosebumps. So it's God's grace also.
So it's once again hence proved that nothing is impossible to Kangana. We are so happy about you know, listening to that entire story. So tell us, what did you enjoy doing the most, the actress side of Jayama or the political side of Jayama?
Definitely the political. Her acting career was, my God, too dynamic.
Yeah.
Is the word.
I think she did 140 films in 19 years.
That apart, her style of acting and
Yeah.
my style of acting, she was a terrific dancer. If you have to draw a comparison, say somebody like Vaijayanti Mala ji or somebody like Madhuri Dixit ji in a different form. Madhuri Dixit is more Kathak, she was more Bharatanatyam, and Hema Malini ji,
Yeah.
like that, you know. And I am a result of parallel cinema.
Right.
People compare me to, say, like in my first film I was compared to Samita Patil ji, Shabana Azmi ji, you know, like that.
Yeah.
So those dances, to learn dances,
Yeah.
so many of, you know, and she was so graceful. She was a professional dancer. And I anyway have two left feet in the name of dancing. So that also became a very big challenge for me.
Okay.
All those things had to, so whenever we had to shoot for film portions, it will be very hectic for me.
Yeah.
But politics portion, rallies and speeches and having a very emotionally high intensity scenes, they come easily to me.
Okay, fantastic. So we've also seen Arvind Swami Garu and also Samutra Kani Garu in the trailer, who are very popular, pretty popular here in Telugu with their previous works. So can you please tell us about the working experience with both these actors?
They are fabulous, and in fact everyone, they made me feel so good about being on the sets and working together. Arvind sir is such a courteous gentleman, and always so so friendly.
Right.
And at the same time, he helps you in your process. He's not somebody who takes too much time to bring something out on screen. He's very spontaneous. And I don't remember doing too many takes for anything, and that's how I am actually. We would just go simply do one, and then something Vijay sir will correct another one, and we both be done.
Is it because like you don't like taking too many takes, or like how will it go?
I don't know. I don't want to brag about myself, but it just somehow it only takes 1 or 2 takes.
2 takes, okay.
So even with the Arvind sir, same 1 or 2. Otherwise, what happens is with sometimes you do your acha take, once or two. Other person is doing 5, 6 takes. So by the time you burn out,
Yeah.
So with me, we had such good tuning. He will come, he'll do 1 take. Let's go. That's how I am. Let's go. 1 take and done.
So I'm sure work must be super fun for you then.
Yes. And Vijay sir is such a kind-hearted person. I've never met unbelievably genuine person in my life. So him being around, Bhagya ma'am being around, Samudra Khani sir, all the people who have been around, like Madhu Balaji, been fabulous.
Fantastic. So now we have a quick rapid fire round for you. I'm not going to ask you anything controversial, but something interesting for sure. So let's start with the rapid fire now. Okay. So Kangana, if you have to describe yourself in 3 words, what would you say?
I have to describe,
Bold, beautiful.
okay, fine, fine then.
That's my version of saying it. But anything that you want to say, what's Kangana that we don't know?
You don't know?
Yeah, something that we don't know.
Oh God, this is such a tricky question. How do I now say? What do I? I think if one word I have to say, courageous, brave.
Right.
I see myself as somebody who's very brave.
Fantastic. Perfect answer. If a movie was made of your life, which genre would it be?
Coming of age.
Wow. Interesting. One person you admire the most?
Admire the most?
Yes.
I think Sadhguruji.
Very nice. What have you done that you are most proud about? Something that you're most proud about in your entire life?
I showed my parents Manikarnika at President House, and they were so excited. They were so excited. I think it meant so much to them because they come from that background, where all those things mean a lot to them. No amount of premieres or events, nothing. But when they were at the President House, my mama was crying and my father was so happy, as if like, I think that was the day they felt I've made it, types.
That's more than any award for you, right?
Yes.
Yes. What's your favorite hobby or pastime?
I am a lazy person. I actually am in extremes. I work in
Will
extremes.
not believe that. Are you a lazy person?
I work in extremes. When I work
Yeah.
like a maniac, and when I don't work, I simply don't move a muscle.
Oh.
I lie down.
Okay.
I have in my living room, there's a day bed. So I'm mostly found there when I'm home. And And if I get up to have tea or something, and again lie down and make a lot of phone calls
Oh.
to people and to chat and just do stuff like that.
Okay. So, what is the most interesting thing that you have in your wallet?
In my wallet.
Yeah.
I think it's a Rudraksha or something.
Okay. Nice. What's the one thing that annoys you the most?
There are many things that I get easily irritated. I'm quite mercurial. I go high and down like almost in microsecond, like that. But one thing that irritates me is I think people just kind of misleading you into believe something, which happens a lot, you know, trying to tell you what you should do with your life and how you should be, how you should think, how you should talk, and you know, like there are all kind of advices you get. But the worst of them are when people, you know, expect you to behave the way they would like to see you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hate that kind of conversation.
Give
Even
me a virtual 5 from there. That's perfect.
yeah.
That's so true.
Like I'm doing so well without your advice, I don't even need it, but yet there will be so much coming your way
Yeah.
without even wanting it and without even ever using it. Still there will be, some of it is of course out of concern and all that, but I mean I don't need it, it's alright. I can do without it.
True. So, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how cool are you?
I'm hot. I am hot, and in hotness I give myself 10 on 10. In coolness, no. in
Maybe
negative,
5 at times.
In negative.
What's the weirdest nickname you have been given?
Weirdest nickname.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of Kang.
Ah.
Some people call me Kang. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't accept it. I don't even respond to it.
Oh. Okay. Accept it. What scares you the most?
It scares me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, their fears are on many levels: psychological level, emotional level, physical level. On physical level, I can be easily, you know, scared of a lizard falling in my lap or something.
Okay.
Like it'll make me scream or do things like that. On emotional level, there isn't much, as you know. I mean, I'm quite emotionally and mentally strong.
Okay.
But still, everybody has a breaking point. I too have.
Right.
But I think it is above ordinary or average
Right.
breaking point.
True. All right. So, what is success according to you?
Success, according to me, is to be able to have a good night's sleep and to be able to have, you know, your meals with feeling good about yourself. Yeah, that's success, and it doesn't come with worldly, you know, those tick marks and that you do. It's a decision that you've got to make at some point in life, wherever you feel like, and it's a decision that one has to make every day. So
You
that
should be happy with yourself is a success definition according to you?
Yeah, no, you have to decide that my success is not what my people around me are doing. It can't be relative, right?
Yeah.
You can't decide based on what others are doing whether you are successful or not.
Right.
You know, today maybe you want you got this model of Merck, but other one got a higher model. That doesn't mean you have failed as a person, you know, or maybe somebody who's not able to afford as much as you. That should not make you feel successful, because look around you, nobody is as good as you. Somebody's misery and somebody's victory mustn't decide your place in the world.
Right.
You should decide your place in the world depending on what you want, and the only criteria of seeing that is that we, you know, we're able to have good sleep in the night and we're able to eat happily. That's the only way to see if you are a successful person or not.
Wow, how true.
Yes, if you get, you know, if you get anxiety in your sleep, and if you're eating but you're not able to digest, it's no use.
True. So, dance or stunts? If I ask you to choose one, what would you choose, Kangana?
Any day stunts. I love stunts. I love action, and while doing Dhakad, I realized that how much I love punching, kicking, and beating people. I was having the
I love that answer.
I was having the time of my life. I was so happy. I hate night shifts. Even then, I never give any producer of my night shifts to work in. You know, they do always a day for night. But I gave them, I was doing action in the nights and I just love it. But dancing is just not my thing.
Okay. So if I ask you to say one word about social media, what would you say?
One word.
Yeah.
That toward social media. Empowering.
Empowering. All right. So now let's talk about one final thing, that's G.V. Prakash's music in this film. So what is your favorite number in this film, Kangana?
The music is beautiful.
Are you a singer too?
No,
By any chance?
no, I'm not. And
Thank
you don't
God
want to take-
Vijayendra Prasad sir didn't ask her to sing.
You
Then
don't want to
Kangana
take
must
that
be like,
risk.
thank you.
don't want to take this risk.
Okay.
But I really hope Vijayendra sir never writes Lata Mangeshkar ji's biopic.
And he'll make you sing. But you've got a fantastic voice. I think you should try. At least one
What's
song.
wrong with you? No, I'm joking. I am not a patch on Lata ji, and I don't even, kind of deserve to be in such a legend's this thing. But I am just joking for the humor of it. GV sir is incredible, and the way what he has brought to the table is amazing, and you will see it in the film. My Nain Bande Nain Se is my favorite song. The sheer feminine quality to it is beautiful.
All right. So now that you're here in Hyderabad, what would you like to tell the Telugu audience? What's your recent watch? Do you watch Tollywood films, Kangana, by any chance?
I do, but recently I have not seen any films.
What is that audience can expect out of Thalaivi, and one thing that you want to tell the Telugu audience about Thalaivi, finally?
I think Thalaivi is a film which is an entertainer, complete entertainer, a theatre going experience, beautiful, epic period drama, and above everything, I don't think we have seen a film where such versatile worlds of cinema and politics come together in one single film and so beautifully blend into each other. From cinema, the film moves into politics. So this is the biggest USP of this film. Please do watch it.
All right, Kangana, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure meeting you today and talking about Thalaivi. All the very best for the release, and hope you get a blockbuster hit this year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
తుఫాన్ వార్తలే మా వారధి.